Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too. At the same time with me, it's game time, but with you. Well, okay. I catch the dog, he getting the beats like it's Dre, like the money in the bank. You better play where it's safe. Told him belly fill his tank, run up to the next steak. I get down, I get dirty, catch him on the club. Thinking he gon' get a pass from the slimy summer. Hungry for it, see an issue and I rub my stomach. Enough paper to make a book, I could get it published. What? You gonna believe me? Think for brown skin, real can see them. Got good go retrieve it, short, small. When that's from Cali, but the cheetah print out white curve. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Today, we have an NFC fighting storm between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people at this game circled this week. Two of the best teams so far squaring off here in Week 5. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Dart starting with a pass here. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
The number's pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Third down now. Here's Dart. Has a man on target to Johnson. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take a 6-0 lead right away. They'll set up here for the point after. He misses on the extra point, so a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking it. Score stays at 6-0. Probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. Kick taken in here at the 17. He stopped on the run back at the 27. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Has him on the quick hitter. And going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Ready.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
65, 79, ready.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be second down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Hold the ready.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10.
Go, ready.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On the jump.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
19 tight. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Daniels on first down. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Tag. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys find an answer with their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys literally won up that opening touchdown drive as they take a 7-6 lead here. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. Giants lining things up. First and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Darts out of the shotgun. On the slant, complete to Johnson. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. You look pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They've got a man in motion. It's Tracy on 2nd down. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. They sent with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Chapter 11. Chapter 11. County Lions. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Now here he goes on the boot. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's hit and sent out right along that line of scrimmage. So no gain on 1st down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-6 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking down to 2nd and 9.
Tap to 60. Tap 60. Tap 60.
Daniels back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. 79 Broncos. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready, ready?
Daniels throwing on 3rd. He hits him downfield. This is Miller. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. quickly there after that catch, so the game's going to be to the 34-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Daniels setting up the play action. This is complete to Ferguson, out left. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Following the false start, here comes 2nd and 7. Again, Daniels to the air. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they have this run to the red zone now at the 15. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott.
Working inside the red zone. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
3rd and long for him here. Forced out to his right. He's making a bid for it. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Jacobs is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow the lead to 7. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
He lays out and gets it. Wow, that gets him the 2 points.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. New York to the line. 1st and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Dark from the pistol. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Setting up the running back screen. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He's got it inside the 25. That goes for 32 yards. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. To the left and ruled in by Ferguson. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Firing quickly out of line, Daniels. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hold the ready.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
And 6 at the Giants' 7-yard line.
Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
That's another Cowboys first down.
Blue. Only a yard on the pickup. Now it's 2nd and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. He gets it again, and he will not be denied a second time. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. Manage that clock moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here's the final play of our first half.
Here we go. 60 Bison.
The final throw before the break. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Fielded at the 14. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
19 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70. 19 Titans. 19.
From the gun, it's Daniels. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Third and short, Daniels. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Warriors 70, Cowboy 80.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kid's down inside the 35-yard line. Gain 15 there. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Going run again with Jacobs. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now Daniels to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
18 card, 360, 360. 18, Pioneer.
To the air on third and long. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after it.
They'll run, Jacobs. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow the lead coming out at halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip at a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. Great vision, gets him across midfield. Has a hole left, room to run. Touchdown! He takes the kick all the way back for 6. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
And no connection on the two-point try. It fails. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story, and right now that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, because now they're still down big.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Hold the set.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Here we go. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Go.
Play action now with Daniels. Vacates quickly left side. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on first down. That's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Here's Daniels. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face second down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
New set of downs from the 37. Running on first here with Jacobs. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Brian Burns coming up with the stop.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
19 Lions. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hurt. Buffalo 18.
Daniels now. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And they take him down right along the 30.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Cougar 19. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Daniels from the gun on third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this is from 47. Aubrey puts it through, and that extends the lead to 20.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's first and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. And he won't find anything here. They're there to drop him for the sack on what's likely the final play of this third quarter. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push them back for second down. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Dart out of the shotgun. Complete out to the right. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Offense to the line fast. Going on third. Here's Dart. Got a man downfield. This is Neighbors. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On first down, here's Dart. On the slant, complete to Johnson. And he's taken down at the 30. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
14 more yards. That's another Giants first.
Going on first down, it's Dart. Hits his running back. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
They send a man in motion. From the red zone now. Makes the catch. And that's a New York touchdown. The Giants get it back to within 2 possessions. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And he's got a man complete. And he will get across for 2, and that makes it a 12-point game.
Giants 20.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stopped.
At their own 34-yard line.
On the set.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
At the 48-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. Over the right side is caught by Ferguson. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
18 caught.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
I should probably sign a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that drink, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip.
Second down now, they need 7.
Ready.
To throw, Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. The Giants using their first timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Panther 60.
This one set up for Daniels. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal.
Aubrey puts it through. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Those 3 points make a comeback that much more difficult. Now 2 touchdowns got to be scored. And that 2-point conversion, that's a job really well done.
Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. One play action with darts. Fits it through the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good for a New York first down. Working quickly here. They'll go play action. Here's Dart. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Under the gun this time. Here's Dart. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down now. Here's Dart. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that makes it 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Daniels back to throw. Taking a chance to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys making a 3-score game in the 4th. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys grow the lead now to 22 points. Aubrey now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
New York to the line. 1st and 10. Your start now. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Second and 10 now. Here's Dart. Throw left side finds Johnson. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Giants trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. First and 10 from the 43. Back to throw. Here's Dart. Get some space around midfield. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. Give him 25 on that play. And the Giants are going to have the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 31. On first and 10, here's Dart. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Giants, first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the Giants, first down.
From the red zone on first. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Trying to set this up quick.
He's brought down at the 4-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Dart out of the shotgun. Has it in close. And he's tackled for no gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Giants get it back to within 2 possessions.
Giants.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. He just put on a show.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. I think the Giants got that one back. Yes, Giants football! Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag.
Let's go now.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Get up.
Designed run. Daniels will keep it. So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.
restaurant is gonna be Michelin.
What?
I mean Michelin, traveling on dividends. She said that I'm bald like a 90s symbol is. I'm getting paid talking rap on the internet. Yeah, my name Green, but I ain't crab, I be generous. LA to Virginia, I just sold my latest song. Japanese denim flying straight from Manapon. Rolling out to Durban, Marble pudding with some prawns. Then I fly out to Miami and I'm eating like a don, huh? I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a Ibiza.
Ibiza. Yeah, it's pronounced Ibiza, actually. Yeah. What's the difference, man?
Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas with at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper.
Switch it up.
From Africa, home of diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we just set the law. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these raps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie, I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami